Hello, fellow developers. We are reaching towards the end of the year and we have created a public roadmap to share our plans for the new year. This is currently done for PrimeVue and the other Prime libraries will receive it. They're currently being worked on. And once they are up, you will see it online in showcases. So let's start with PrimeVue. You see that there's a new roadmap. So accessibility has recently been done. It was a tremendous amount of work. It took around 4 months, but I can proudly say that PrimeVue is now fully compatible with the WCAG specification. Our team has spent a lot of time on reviewing the documents and implementing what's missing. For example, if you see the drop down, there is a part for accessibility. So here we describe how screen reader support is provided, whether it is semantic or using semantic HTML, or if it's not, how the area attributes, roles and attributes for that. And also it follows the keyboard support where we document what our keyboard support is, and there's a documentation for the supported keys. So let's go back to the roadmap, and for moving on, we will increase our test coverage around Q2, and we will provide the drag drop utility library because we need that for components like tree, where we cannot provide drag and drop right now. So that once we have the utilities, we will also use them as built-in, and you will also be able to use it as a standalone utility, whether it's a directive or something. And there's a new full calendar component coming up. It will be written and directly developed in-house, and it kind of mimics the behavior of Google Calendar and Apple Calendar, where you can just create events. Also, there will be an extension like the scheduler Gantt chart for planning. And the biggest thing for components is the unstyled modes. You know that components are out of the box. They provide events, props, and they provide you a contract, but they usually hide their content. Although we provide a lot of templating, we are taking it one step, maybe 2 steps further. So the new unstyled mode enables you to interact with the component internals. Suppose that there's a button or a specific div or a section inside a component that you would like to style. So with the new unstyled mode, instead of using these ready-to-use built-in predefined themes, you will be using, suppose that you are using Tailwind, you can use Tailwind classes to style a dropdown. So that when you go to a dropdown, you will see that at this parts, items should have this class, set of class, the icons should be this one, and that you can style entirely a component. This will be, I think, a game changer. It's quite important for us. We will keep, of course, the default preskinned mode, and if you'd like to take the customization further, we will provide the unstyled mode. It's coming up. We have already started with the proof of concept implementation. It has already started, and we hope to bring it by category by, let's say, for one release, the form components will support unstyled. In another release, buttons and data components will support it. And I think by the end of the Q1, we will have this feature ready in 2023. So Figma UI Kit is our official UI kit, which allows you to, in case your team has designers, they can just use our Figma UI kit, import the components using Figma. Using our Figma UI kit, and they can just change styles and they map to the PrimeVue components. But the thing is, once they have designed it, there is no currently right now an easy way to create the theme, the actual PrimeVue theme from that. So of course, if you want to go to the route of unstyled mode, you can do it yourself, but we also need to have a way for the preskinned mode, like these themes. We will create a Figma plugin that will generate this theme that connects to the theme designer, so that we will of course need to update the Figma UI kit for Figma tokens, and that Figma tokens will map to the PrimeVue theme designer variables, and then we will just create the theme generator for this. Okay, The showcase is another big thing. We are migrating to Next 3 so that we can benefit from server-side rendering. Once you start search for Vue 3 autocomplete, we should show up. That's one. The work has started already. And demos and documentation will be rewritten entirely. For example, my problem with our current approach is, if you check out the drop-down, there's one code sandbox, which you can view, but there are many different, there's a single demo that covers all the features, almost all the features. And it's not really easy to figure out your way. So suppose you're interested in the templating. First, you need to scroll and find out the component, and then you need to just go to these parts, because there's some unrelated parts which is quite confusing. We have done this, almost done this for React version. Now if you check out, for example, autocomplete, for majority of the features we will have separate sections for this one, and there will be a code. If you can check the full code here, and you can visit the code sandbox. And so there we are just separating each demo, and each demo will have their own separate sections and the documentation with the TypeScript support, where you can just copy code. For example, if you go to the template, there you will see that small documentation of how to use it, the example, the full source code, and so on. So instead of this one, it's much more easy to navigate and learn the component API. Okay, and let's go back to the roadmap. Prime blocks. Right now we have over 350 blocks. 30 more blocks are being worked on right now. And for each quarter we plan to release a new version, so that in next year we plan to have 4 new releases with new categories, new blocks, and so on. So if you don't know Prime blocks, just make sure to check it out. It's our official ready-to-use block library based on PrimeFlex and PrimeVue. So the theme designer, this is what I call pre-second mode, where you can use Bootstrap material. They are just single theme CSS files. I think Prime 1 Design 2022 was the Lara, and now we will introduce a new theme. It might not be the default, it will be an option, but a new theme with a dark mode alternatives coming. Our design team will start working on it. It will be a new UI theme for buttons and accordions, tabs, and tables. And the templates, right now we have started to re-implement our templates. Sakai is the new one. Right now they are Vue CLI based, which is not really maintained anymore. So with Sakai we have started to migrate to CreateVue, which is good news, Vue based. And if you can see that, for example, if we see Sakai, I've created another video about how to integrate Sakai in 5 minutes. The best thing is that while we are doing it, we have also changed the way we implement the templates, so that instead of using the template and move your application logic inside it, the idea is that your application stays the same and you move the template inside it, and it usually takes 5 to 10 minutes, because we have separated the demos from the application. There's a layout folder, and you just move in a couple of styles, and that's it. We're not touching your app or main. So there's another video, but of course Sakai is here if you'd like to check this out. And at Prime TV YouTube channel, this channel, you will be able to find it. So overall, PrimeVue is already gaining a lot of traction. Thanks to you guys for the support. The download numbers are going up, and I think the new year 2023 is the year that PrimeVue will really become one of the most successful component libraries for Vue ecosystem, and it will be more used, more downloaded, and hopefully we hope to maintain and improve PrimeVue in the new year as well. Thank you. This document will be updated constantly, so make sure that time to time just visit the Facebook PrimeVue /roadmap. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Thank you very much.